I'm Peter with Pro-Life Unity and Pro-Life News. We're at the Press Club. We've just had the press conference here that was talking about Is This What You Mean? It's a new campaign talking about abortion, what it looks like, and the education of this to representatives in government. And how has this been working, and what more are you going to do with this effort?
It's been working very well. What we've done is we've taken the quotes from the abortionists, from their medical textbooks and from their court testimonies, and we've laid it out for the public, and we've laid it out specifically for our elected representatives in Congress and for the candidates in this election. And we're simply saying, when you say the word abortion, is this what you mean? It makes a lot of people squirm. We have visited the halls of Congress. In the last couple of days, our pastoral team has visited about the offices of about 50 pro-abortion representatives and senators. And many of them have said, we've never seen these descriptions before. We've never seen these diagrams before. And we are waiting now for their response to the question, is this what you mean? But the most focused and important goal of this campaign is simply to get the words of those abortionists into the ears of our fellow citizens nationwide, because most of the American people have enough of a conscience that when they hear these words and see these pictures, they come immediately to the conclusion this cannot be tolerated by a civilized society.
And especially with something like this, Dr. Levatino was talking a lot about this, and you're talking about that it's coming from the abortionists. Mm-hmm. Isn't it sort of the situation like if you bring your car to a shop, you want a car mechanic, you don't want the guy at the front desk working on it? Mm-hmm. Is this kind of like that when people see someone who's been in the industry of abortion all of a sudden coming in saying, this is what abortion is? Do they believe it more in that case?
Well, they certainly do, and we told our representatives in Congress, this is not a discussion about the conclusions people come to about the legality or constitutionality of abortion. This is a discussion about the starting point, not the conclusions, but where do we begin? What is abortion? The people we go to answer that question are the ones who do it. And interestingly enough, the abortion practitioners will tell us what abortion is. They'll talk about the details. The abortion propagandists will not. Those who are advocating for legal abortion, the last thing they want to talk about is abortion. So the practitioners are the ones we need to go to, both those who are currently practicing abortion and those who, like Dr. Levatino, used to do so but no longer do and yet speak out about it still.
Is it typical that a lot of the people you speak with perhaps still think of sort of the old 70s clump of cells concept, or do they really understand?
There are an increasing number of abortion supporters who will openly admit that abortion is the taking of a human life. Ron Fitzsimmons, who headed up the National Coalition of Abortion Providers and worked very closely with the practitioners themselves, admitted back in 1997, there was a New York Times article in which he said, look, we know it, everybody knows it, this ends a life. So with the progress of science the way it is, with the way we can look into the womb, those who are still trying to say it's just a clump of cells are looking more and more like those who say the earth is flat. It's just, you have to develop a different argument if you're going to support abortion. And it's frightening, but the different argument you have to develop is essentially what Peter Singer said when he said, the abortion people are right, that, you really only have two alternatives. Either you oppose abortion or you endorse infanticide. And that's where we are. But yet again, most of the American people, when they hear these descriptions and see these pictures, will say, well, no, we can't support abortion anymore if what it means is tearing arms and legs off of a baby.
This issue is not something that shouldn't be political. We're talking about a life issue. In politics, does it seem like it's fitting that it seems to be a political issue?
What shouldn't happen is that in the interests of politics, we obscure the truth about abortion. And that's exactly where we're coming in with these visits to Congress this week, is driving a wedge between the politics and the reality. In the name of politics, we should never cover over an act of violence. Now, in another sense, however, it is the primordial political issue in the sense of when we organize ourselves politically, the first question we have to ask is, who belongs to the political community? We don't have the right to define the boundaries of who's human. And in that sense, an issue which says some people aren't included in the protections of the political community is in fact an issue that needs to be addressed first and foremost in our political realm and say, we do include these children. We do expand the circle of welcome and protection in America.
And how do people find out more about what you're doing and what's coming up?
At priestsforlife.org, which is our website, we have a link in the Action Center to the Is This What You Mean project. The full link would be priestsforlife.org/Is This What You Mean. And one of the ways people can get involved is to let us know that they want to be part of asking this question. And there's two ways to do it. They can do it in their local communities, go to a town hall meeting, stand up, read one of the quotes, and say, is this what you mean? Or they can give us their name and say, when you go to my representative, when you go to my senator, tell them I'm asking the same question too. And we want to go back to these offices and lay on their desks thousands of sheets of paper saying your constituents are joining with us in asking you this question.
Well, that sounds good. We're working on the monthly call for life every month on the first Friday. We encourage everyone to communicate with their representatives, just challenge them to be, more pro-life, stop abortion and human killing research, and we'll direct people to this Is This What You Mean project as one of the messages.
That's one of the tools they can use.
Sure,
exactly,
there we go.
Exactly.
Thank you, Father Pavone.
That's good
Appreciate your
collaboration.
time.
Yes, thanks for what you're doing.
Thank you.